With all of the conversation about health and nutrition, it is so hard to figure out what to eat. Do we eat low carb? Do we eat low fat? Do we eat low sugar? How about no artificial food dyes? How about no processed flours that are enriched? Oils? Yeah, they're bad too. And so it starts to get a little bit frustrating as you're trying to figure out, like, what the heck do I eat? How do I feed my family in any way that I can afford to do so without feeling guilty? Well, what I would say is just start with one thing. Pick one thing. For me, it's been a process, and to be honest, I go back and forth about it. I have phases where I'm eating really clean and really well, and I have phases where I'm not. And, but over the course of years, I've been in a process where I've been able to gradually taper down off of the processed foods that have the artificial food dyes, that have the preservatives, that have the high fructose corn syrup. And it started years ago when I decided I'm going to start with one thing. I'm going to start with one thing. And for me, I chose high fructose corn syrup. I said, okay, I'm going to cut out everything that has high fructose corn syrup. And I'm going to tell you, it took me like a year because everything had it. My ketchup, salad dressings, tomato sauce, cereals. I mean, so many things had high fructose corn syrup, and it took me a long time to learn just that the things that we bought every day to just read the ingredients, and if it had high fructose corn syrup in it, then we just made a different choice. And at the time, I decided that because I was trying to eliminate high fructose corn syrup, even sugar was a better alternative. And so I didn't just go from, I'm gonna eat this normal American diet that I've been raised on, all the way to, I'm never gonna eat anything ever again that is not good for me. I'm only gonna live off of vegetables. It didn't go from there to there. We have to find balance. We are, I am a working mother on a budget, feeding my family just like everybody else. And it's been a process of learning how to do it without guilt. I mean, that's the thing too. There are times where I make a choice and we eat something that is not necessarily with the foods that I'm trying to work towards eating, and learning not to feel guilty, not to feel shame. Are you feeding your family? Are you doing the best you can? Are you making the most healthy choices that you can with the budget and the knowledge that you have now? That's okay. That's okay. You're not a bad person. We are not bad people. The ingredients that we are learning that are in our foods, it's important for us to learn about them. It's important for us to recognize the effect that it has on our bodies. And we can gradually start to learn and taper down and make different choices. But I am not in a position where I can go into my cabinets and into my freezer and just throw out every single thing that doesn't meet the criteria for the purity test for food. And so I'm at a place where we read this book. It was talking about, food dyes, artificial flavors, enriched flours, seed oils. And I didn't realize how bad they were, how much effect it had on my body. But I'm starting to recognize it. But I'm also not going to just go throw out half my pantry. So we're going to eat the food that we have because that's how we have to be. And we're going to give gratitude for the food that we have, and we're going to enjoy it. And as I am going to buy new items and replacing what we have, I'm going to try to make different choices. And I'm going to take you guys along for the journey as I unlearn the habits of eating as a typical American does, and I learn how to replace it with different alternatives and to try to do so in a budget conscious way. So I just want to encourage you guys, don't be afraid to make one little change for your family. I know some families, all they cut out is red number 40. That's it. And they see a huge difference. After I went through that year of cutting out high fructose corn syrup, the following year I said, okay, we're cutting out food dyes now and artificial flavors. That was easier because most of the things that had the high fructose corn syrup also had the food coloring and flavors. But these things do sneak up. Artificial flavors are in all sorts of things, chocolate bars, coffee syrups, all sorts of things. So, but the big thing is that if we are overall eating healthy and we have a treat here or there that has the things in them, don't feel guilty about it. Enjoy it. It's a treat. Enjoy your treat. But do take the time to note, how does your body feel after you're having this? Because what starts to happen as the more clean that your diet becomes, the more you'll start to notice when you do have something that is not ideal for your body. So tell me, what are some of the changes that you would like to make, and how have you gone about the process of learning how to do something different with the nutrition for your food, for your family?